Welcome to the stage, Rashad G. Alright, I am in Orlando. What's good, people? Home of the Magic. Well, hey, y'all ain't been Magic since Shaq left. Ever since Shaq left, y'all been the Tragic.
God damn, that boy funny.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, that boy funny, ain't it? Boy, you funny. Man, get off me.
Yeah, you funny, alright? Funny at being terrible. Alright, listen, here's my impression of Bill Cosby coming to Orlando for the first time. You know, it's funny how you step off the plane and then it's 85 degrees outside in January. How in the world is it 85 degrees in January, then the next day it's 32 degrees? My pudding pop was frozen. Man, get off the stage, you Suge Knight Whopper Jr. Alright, y'all. Y'all been a great crowd. Thank you. One love. Rashad G signing out. So I'm gonna try to get this review in as quick as possible before Boog wakes up, because Boog is taking a nap, and I'm trying to hurry up and squeeze this review in because I know if he wakes up, he's not gonna let me finish. For those of you that don't know, Boog is my little guy, well, if you watch my clown review and my Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather review, you'll see who Boog is. He's quite the character, but he's taking a nap right now. And he's in the terrible twos like crazy. So, I'm here today to review the two Dave Chappelle Netflix specials. Off the top of the dome, I can't remember what they're called, and I have my phone balanced in a way where I don't want to move it, so I can't look at it. But it's the two new Dave Chappelle comedy stand-up specials. All right, learn how to take a joke. That's the first thing I want to say. People have been giving Chappelle a lot of crap for the Louis C.K. jokes that he did, which was in the second one, the shorter of the two. He's been getting a lot of flack for that because oh, there he goes. Yes, sir. Huh? Well, I guess my deep voice woke him up. So I'm gonna be real quick before he wakes up and goes into full terrible 2 mode. So yeah, so he's been getting a lot of flack for the jokes they made about the Louis C.K., you know, with the whole Hollywood rape scandal that's going on. And yeah, it's a sensitive subject. It's a tragedy what's going on, but it's a good thing that, you know, more and more people are coming out, men and women are coming out about all this stuff that's happening right now. And he made a joke out of it. But guess what? He's a comedian. That's what comedians do. Comedians write and make jokes. Sometimes about stuff we're not supposed to laugh about. But a lot of times people want to say it, but we can't say it because we live in this PC society where it's wrong to laugh at certain things or say certain things. And, you know, we live in America, man. So everybody has, you know, is entitled to opinion, you know, freedom of speech, whatever. You know, it is what it is, man. I watched it. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. You know, I chuckled a little bit, but that's what makes a great comedian, where they can take something tragic like that and make it funny. Richard Pryor was good at that. Bernie Mac was good at that. You know, Bernie Mac spoke about, you know, beating his kids, about how his kids was messed up, but he made it funny. And I don't know, I guess maybe because it's too soon, because this stuff is fresh, it's still happening, you know, and it is tragic, and I'm not making light out of it, but he's a comedian. That's what comedians do for a living. They make jokes. So, people, lighten the up, okay? I will say the first special, the longest special, was funnier. The one where you had the vapor cigarette thing, where you had the bigger crowd. I thought that was the funniest of the two, because you talked about, you know, politics. And the thing I like about Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle tackles a lot of social issues and a lot of stuff that people don't like to talk about. And he really goes in on that. Similar to how Chris Rock's comedy is the same way, but Dave Chappelle is a lot more funny than Chris Rock. So yeah, he doesn't have that ignorant that ignorant comedy where he just says a lot of stupid random stuff and you just laugh at it because he's silly and goofy. No, Chappelle talks with intelligence, he talks with sense. I call Chappelle's comedy grown man comedy because, you know, it takes somebody with sense to get what he's saying. You want some juice? Some juice? He just woke up. Hey, you want to say hi to the people in YouTube land, Booger? This might be the new Dave Chappelle right here because this guy is funny. Look at him. He's a funny guy. You're a funny guy, Tommy. You know that? He's got the fresh Tim outfit on too. That's my little guy. Mwah. Knucklehead. So yeah, the first one was the funniest of the two. And I will say that the second special, the one where he had the smaller crowd and he was like kind of close up on the crowd, if you look, it was predominantly white people in that audience, and you can tell because a lot of the jokes that he said were hitting, but nobody was really laughing a lot. Like if you notice, that crowd was really dull, and I'm pretty sure he noticed that because comics they feed off of the crowd. And luckily he was really funny because the crowd was crappy. Like I wish there was more black people in the crowd because I know we would have got a lot more of the stuff that he was saying, even though Chappelle is very popular among whites and blacks, but it seemed like the crowd was kind of weak. And I don't know, maybe they just didn't get it. But he says a lot of real stuff. He says a lot of stuff that makes people uncomfortable, but that's what I like in his comedy because he says things that are considered taboo that you're not supposed to laugh at, and he makes it funny. So yeah, man, thumbs up to both of them. The first one was funnier. The second one was funny as well, but because of the crowd made it not really funny as it should have been. But he says some real stuff in both of them. And I like how he touches on the fact that how poor white people support Donald Trump and they love Trump. They love Trump down to his dirty drawers. And he says some real stuff. He was like, look, to the poor white people that support Trump, let me tell you something. Trump is fighting for me because I'm rich. All right, Trump's fighting for me. He ain't fighting for you. Let that sink in. Chappelle is definitely in my top 5 comedians of all time. I say Chappelle, Richard, Eddie, Red Fox, and who else would I put in there? Oh, Bernie Mac, of course. How could I forget Bernie Mac? Yes, those are my top 5 of all time, man. Those 5 I just named are the illest. But you know, you have, I mean, Cat Williams is funny. Ari Spears, he's a very underrated comic, I think. Bruce, you know, there's a lot of Martin Lawrence. There are very talented comics out there. Boy, are you trying to go back to sleep? I guess I woke him up when I first started talking. So yeah, those 5 comedians I just named are like the best comics of all time. And Chappelle is definitely the man right now. Even though Kevin Hart is the king of the box office and he probably sells out stadiums and he's the biggest household name as far as comedians go, but he doesn't hold a candle. He doesn't hold nothing to Chappelle. Chappelle blows him out of the water. I mean, but Kevin Hart's funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on him. Kevin Hart is funny. But to me, his funniest stand-up was seriously funny. After that, his stuff's been kind of mediocre a little bit. Like the last one he did, when he spent the first 10 minutes talking about a raccoon attacking him, that's when I was like, okay, and people in the crowd was just laughing. I don't know if he paid people to laugh at that, but I'm like, there's nothing funny about that. But yeah, ever since that, I'm like, yeah, Kevin Hart, I don't know about you, dude. But Seriously Funny was his best stand-up. If you haven't seen Seriously Funny, check that one out. But Chappelle is consistent. All of his stuff is on point. And these last 2 that he did is definitely on point. And you can tell, like, especially the last one, the very last one that he did, because I guess he's going to go off into the sunset for a while. But that last one he did was definitely, like, he just gave 0 Fs about what he said. And it shows because he just said what was on his mind, what he felt. And he didn't care about the consequences of it. So, yeah, big ups to Chappelle. I'm going to give these 2 comedy specials solid A's. I laughed, and it, you know, it's rare when a comedian can make you laugh, make you think at the same time. So it's one thing just to make me laugh. When you make me laugh and make me think, yo, that's a good thing. There might be an acquired taste for some people, depending on what kind of comedy you like. If you like the Richard Pryor, George Carlin type, political type comedy, you know, comedy with sense, you'll like this. But if you like that Cat Williams, you know, just real loud and obnoxious type stuff, then this might not be your cup of tea, man. So that's my grade for it. Solid A. This is Rashad G. Thank you for watching. Bug, who is half asleep here. Eat. You ready to eat? Oh, I love you too, boy. I love you too, boy. So, have you seen the specials? What do you think? Do you think Chappelle was out of line with the sex scandal jokes? Do you think his stuff is funny? Do you think it's corny? Comment below. Comment freely. Tell me what you think about it. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.